Did Alabama recruit you?
Alabama did not. They didn't take a quarterback that year. I don't know if you remember the name, Tyler Watts, Andrew Zhao. They were splitting time as redshirt freshmen, and then Brody Kroll was just a couple years behind me, and he'd already committed to Bama. So they didn't take one that year. And Auburn had already had a commit from Jason Campbell, which that worked out great. They went undefeated with Jason Campbell that one year. I can't remember what year it was when he was there. And they did offer me, though, Auburn did, but they hinted that I was going to be a tight end. Dan, can you imagine me playing tight end? I would have been coaching high school football about 15 years ago.
You could have taught Gates something about playing the position.
Yeah, I'd have been tough and scrappy, but I would have been 4 years in college and done.
Oh my God! So here's a Hall of Fame quarterback, and somebody wanted to make you into a tight end.
Here's what's funny is Noel Mazzoni was the coordinator there, Tommy Tuberville, and we have a little place down in Florida now, and it's right next to Tommy Tuberville's place. And so he and I always laugh about that. And then Noel Mazzoni, who was the coordinator there, ended up being the coordinator at NC State my senior year. And I was his quarterback my senior year. So it's kind of funny how kind of still all connected.
Your throwing motion, I'm curious if that would be changed now if you were coming out of college. Would they try to alter that?
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, I remember my first year at NC State. Norm Chow gets hired, and he asked if I was injured, something matter. I said, no, it's just the way I throw it. And he sent the tape to Mike Holmgren, and Holmgren said, hey, if he's accurate and gets it out quick, and I wouldn't fool with it. So he didn't. And then I remember as it got closer, I think I just thankfully had 4 years of college football. So even when I got to the NFL, it wasn't. We tweaked some things. I used to drop the ball down a heck of a lot lower just from my release. Before I even threw it. So we cleaned up some things in my first couple of years in the league. But as far as the actual throwing motion, they've left it alone. And what's ironic, what's crazy, Dan, is my oldest son now is 10, and he throws it exactly the same way. I mean, exactly. And I remember he was about 7 or 8. I was like, hey, Gunner, you can pick that ball up a little bit higher now. And he's like, well, that's how you do it. Like, all right. I guess we're gonna roll with it.
How far can Gunner throw it at 10?
He can throw it pretty good now. I'm biased. I'm biased, but he's very much exactly how I was at that age, but even further advanced from a football standpoint. I mean, we didn't have flag football growing up, and I didn't play tackle until I was a 7th grader. But this flag football now is unbelievable what it can do for a young quarterback or skill player as far as understanding windows and reading this guy and throwing a curl flat. I mean, at 10 years old, I didn't know what a curl flat was. I mean, and so he's all into that, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy being able to coach him and do some of that in the spring. And I have one other son that's 6. He's just now getting into it, so it's been a lot of fun kind of seeing them get involved in the flag football deal.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.